Hello, my name is Brent Tuamatin, and I am sitting in today for Pastor Stephanie Lape. I'm a member here at Cross and Crown Lutheran Church, and this is our children's sermon. Now, just because it is called a children's sermon doesn't mean that it can't be or shouldn't be listened to by adults. All it means is that it is specifically designed to speak to children. All right. Today in our gospel, we hear a story that, well, for those of us who have been a few times around the sun more than the children have, we have heard it over and over and over again. We have the disciples out in a boat in the middle of the Sea of Galilee, and all of a sudden, walking across the water to them is Jesus. Of course, they don't know it's Jesus, and they're afraid. In fact, they say, "Oh, it's a ghost." When Jesus realizes that they're afraid, he tries to calm them down. He says, "Don't be afraid. It's just me, Jesus." Now, as soon as Peter hears this, Peter, as he often does, says whatever it is that pops into his mind. He says, "Lord, if it is truly you, command me to walk out across the water towards you." And then Jesus says, "Come." Well, Jesus said, "Come." Peter went. And he started actually walking across the water. He was walking on top of the water. And then Peter realized where he was. He realized that the wind was blowing. He realized that there were pretty big waves out there, and he realized that this is impossible. And Peter got scared, and he started to sink. Now, fortunately, Jesus was right there, ready to lend a helping hand, and he was able to pull him back up out of the water and get him back into the boat. And at that point, Jesus kind of scolds Peter a little bit and says, "Oh, you of little faith, how come you didn't believe that you would be able to do this?" Now, this is the part of the story that so often we talk about, how Peter didn't have the faith to walk all the way out to Jesus. But I want to rewind a little bit, because Peter did get one thing right. Peter got out of the boat, and he actually walked on water. Isn't that amazing? I don't care if it was 1 step, 2 steps, 10 steps. He actually got out of the boat and walked on the water. Now, how is it that he did that? Well, I think it's because he didn't let his fear get in the way to begin with. Sure, the wind was blowing, and there were waves and all that, and it was impossible. But Peter really didn't worry about all that. He didn't even think about all that. He heard Jesus say, "Come," and he got up and he walked on water. Isn't that amazing? I mean, that is just absolutely spectacular. So, I'm guessing that there are a number of you out there that like to play sports. But maybe you think, I might not be good enough. Maybe you think that you're facing an opponent that's so much better, why should I even try? You can let all those fears and those worries consume you. Or, in the words of Nike, you can just do it. That is such a key thing, that you just do it. Don't worry about all the other stuff. Don't worry that you might not be good enough. Get out there and try. It works for sports. It works for school. When you think that you can be in a play, when you think you know an answer, don't worry about being wrong. Go out and just try. Also, maybe you have a new student in school. Maybe they're going to like you, maybe they're not. Chances are they're more afraid than you are because they've got lots of people that they don't know, and they're only one person that you don't know. Just go out there and don't worry about whether somebody's going to laugh at you, whether they're not going to like you. Don't worry about anything like that. Just do it. Just go out and take that first step. So that's my message to you today. That even when things seem really scary, when you're really afraid, when you think you might not be good enough, look at Peter, who did absolutely the impossible. He walked on water. Well, you can do some pretty amazing things too if you get rid of all your fears and just do it. So that's my message for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this or would like to see other messages, please look at our YouTube page, YouTube channel, or check out our website, crossingcrownlutheran.org. Thanks a lot, and Pastor Stephanie will be back with you next week.